If you're going to benefit from robot training this year, there are 11 critically important things you got to do. Number one is you got to have goals. Long-term, medium-term, short-term goals. You've heard the expression, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Well, that really applies to your table tennis game. So make long-term goals for your table tennis career. They may not be Olympic goals or world championship goals. They may be something like beating a particular rival or achieving a certain rating or winning a particular title. These are great goals to have. And these goals are some of the things that help fuel your practice sessions. So number one is you got to have goals. Number two is you got to have a daily training plan. A lot of times people, when they are trying to form a daily training plan, they list all the things that they're bad at. Well, that's fine. But also, I particularly think that you need to develop strengths. A playing system is critically important, to actually have a system that you can play to force your game on the opponent. But you're not going to have a system if you don't have any strengths. So much of your robot training should be spent on making your strong points stronger. So when you're thinking of a daily training plan, think about some of the things that you need to work on as it relates to winning points, developing game strategies to actually win points, and then also what you can do to overcome some of your weak points. Number three, this is really an important one. Picture a real opponent over there. It's not just a black net with a black robot firing balls at you. It's actually real life game scenarios like a real opponent is over there. Even picture your main rival. That will even help more. But the more vivid the picture, the more effective the practice session. Next one, this is a really important one. There's three basic types of drills you need to do. You need to do footwork drills, and these could be systematic or semi-systematic. You need to do isolation drills where you're just isolating one particular shot or one series of shots and working on that shot again and again and again. And then you got to do the connection where you're able to link that isolated shot with other shots. When I first moved back to Ohio from being in Canada for a while, almost the whole table on the short game I was playing just forehand. Well, I really wanted to develop a backhand flip against short push and against short serves. So what did I do? I set the robot up and I practiced that for 45 minutes to an hour every day. But just practicing that shot again and again and again without the connection ball to the next shot, it wouldn't do any good, right? So that's really important for you as well. You isolate one thing, you work on that thing again and again and again, and then you link it together with everything else. That's one of the things that I love about Power Pong robots so much, is the fact that they can sync different spins together to really make you feel like you're playing a game or to simulate a game. A short no spin serve here. You work on that short push again and again and again. Now you're going to isolate the short push with the deep one. So it serves short no spin, you push. Now it gives you a deep push here, and you work on your opening. Okay, you got that one down. Now you work on a series of topspin balls afterwards. So you can isolate or you can expand. And as you get better, guess what? The robot can become more and more and more challenging, which also makes it more enjoyable. What else? Game timing. And this is one of my big pet peeves. Game timing. Let me draw this out for you. Imagine if this is the table and this is the robot. A lot of times people will say, okay, Samson, exactly what should I have for the BPM, balls per minute? And I say, well, it depends on how far you are away from the table. It depends on what type of shot you hit. It depends on what type of shot the robot's giving. And it depends on how far the opponent is from you. So let's say, for example, we were hitting fast shots back and forth. The timing of here is going to be relatively fast. Let's say this might be 90 balls per minute. Now, if your shot hits the net and there's a slight pause and then the ball fires, that's not very game realistic, right? If both of you are close to the table, as soon as your ball hits here, the next ball should be firing. Right? What happens if you're back from the table and you're picturing that your opponent is back from the table, and let's say you're chopping and your opponent is looping? So the ball goes, and then you chop. And then, and then you chop. What would that be? That might be something like 25 balls per minute. When people think about game timing, it's not like a specified 35 balls a minute, or 65 balls a minute, or 75 balls a minute is game timing. It depends on your shot, depends on your distance from the table, depends on who you're picturing in your mind that you're playing. So make sure that the timing is game timing. What else? Competition. This is one of the best ones, but oftentimes this is neglected. What is competition? Keep score with the robot. Okay, let's say, for example, you do a drill like this. It gives you a short side spin serve here. That's ball one. And then it gives you a deep topspin ball here, a deep topspin ball here, and then a lob right there. So it's a 4-ball sequence. Short serve, bang, bang, lob, and then you smash that one. In order to score a point, what do you need? You need to be able to land all 4 balls on the table. If you miss any of the 4 shots, the robot gets a point, and you keep score. Probably initially, the robot will win something like 11-5. But you'd be surprised. If you work on it and you start keeping score, not only does your 2-hour practice session go a lot faster because it's more enjoyable, but now you can track your progress. And like I've mentioned many times in other videos, tracking your progress is really encouraging because you can see, hey, this robot stuff is actually working. So set up a game scenario, a 4-ball, a 5-ball, a 6-ball scenario, and you need to land all the balls in order to score a point and keep score against the robot. What else? Use the advanced features. Use like scatter or use random and try to make it more challenging with more of the advanced features of the Power Pong robot. What else? Change. Be willing to change. Let's say, for example, if we do a drill, it's kind of like one backspin ball here and then one topspin ball here. That's fine. Maybe you just want to work on opening loop, follow-up loop. Opening loop, follow-up loop. But you should not use the exact same settings for like a 2-hour practice session. Maybe after 5 minutes or so, you make that backspin ball a little bit lighter. Maybe you add a little bit of side spin on the topspin ball. Maybe you make the topspin ball a little bit higher or a little bit more spin. So make sure that you're always changing up so that way your game has to be adjustable. A lot of times people think about, well, is my stroke perfect? Does it start at point A and finish at point B? Well, if it's not adjustable and it doesn't carry over to a match, it's not good. The most adjustable technique is the best technique. What else? Rewatch. You need to have your tripod set up, have your smartphone, record your robot practice, and then every 5 or 10 minutes, scroll back through the video and rewatch the action just to see, hey, am I actually meeting my daily training plan? Am I actually accomplishing my goals? Maybe it's a timing goal. Maybe it's a footwork goal. Maybe it's an accuracy goal. But check your video. Coaching yourself is one of the best ways to improve. A lot of times people say, well, I have this coach, or I have that coach, or my coach is better than your coach. I don't care who your coach is. One of the things you have to be able to do well is also coach yourself. And I'm sure your coach would agree with me on this. If he's giving you advice and you're coaching yourself at the same time, you're going to make a lot more progress this year than if he's just always telling you and you're there just nodding your head saying, okay, whatever you say, coach. Okay? So be willing to coach yourself. What else? Sharing is caring. My kids say that all the time. Sharing is caring. You need to be able to share your drills with other people, and other people need to be able to share their drills with you. I've said this many times before, that there's no lone rangers in table tennis. So if you have a community, other people are using Power Pong robot drills as well, and they're sharing their unique drills with you. You're sharing your tips with them. It's very easy with the Power Pong Omega app. At the top right of the screen to just touch it, and you can instantly text it or email the drill to a friend. Within 30 seconds, he can just open it up and he can be using those same drills. So it's a lot more enjoyable if you're sharing your drills and then track your progress. And there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ways to track your progress. I would recommend daily note taking. Write down some keys as far as these were my goals for the day. This is what I accomplished. Maybe this is what I didn't accomplish. Here's my accuracy. Here's the amount of spin that I'm able to generate. And really being able to keep notes for yourself. Show your notes to your coach. Have him give you some feedback and be able to track your progress. A lot of times people talk about, well, you got to do 10,000 hours. Well, I know some people that have played 10,000 hours and they're still at quite a low level. And then I know other people, they've played only 1,000 hours and they're at a higher level. Why? because their system of learning is better. So you really need to have a good system of learning. You really need to be able to have goals, have a daily training plan. You need to be able to picture a real person on the other side of the table. You need to be able to change it up. You need to be able to have game timing. You need to be able to keep progress as far as competition against the robot. You need to be able to change it up and do different drills, and you got to be able to coach yourself. I'm Samson Dubina. Thanks for watching. For more articles and videos about power pong robots, feel free to reach out to me. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below, and make sure you turn on the bell for more notifications. I'll see you soon.